Hello and welcome to another episode of For the Love of Sports. My name is Michael Rasile, and this is the show where we get to talk about sports, we get to talk about business, and we get to talk about everything in between. Wherever you are, however you're listening, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe. Please 5-star review. Please leave a great review talking about how awesome I am, but more importantly, how awesome my guests are, because today I have two doctors. This is the most doctors I've ever had on the show. So I think that this part is pretty cool. I have Dr. Arash and Dr. Farnoush. They are the co-founders of Bala Enzyme.
Yes,
Doctors, how are we doing today?
we're doing great. Thank you so much, Michael, for taking time to interview with us.
The pleasure is all mine. I'm excited to learn about where this company came from, where the name came from, where the idea came from. But first, every interview I have, I ask the same question to everybody. Doctors, why do you love sports so much?
Um, you want to answer?
You can start now.
Well, do you want us to just go on about our story?
No, not yet. I want to know why you love sports so much. We'll get into the story. I want to
We
know why
we
you love
just have
sports.
we just have very healthy, lifestyle. We do a lot of sport, healthy eating, and taking care of your body. I think it's just very crucial.
Yeah,
And after COVID, everybody understood that health and wellness is the most important things that each one of us have.
yeah.
I,
Sport. Without sport, I think is being active is part of it, being human nature. You have to be active, and sport is fun and exciting, and it just makes life a lot funner to be involved and engage with sports. And otherwise you'll be boring. Just the routine just gets into you. So sport just what makes life fun and engaging. Any kind of sport. You don't have to be a professional athlete. Just involved in something. We play tennis, we ski, we swim. Now we picked up pickleball recently. We're playing
nice.
pickleball. Yeah. So we just have to, as we get older, obviously, I wish I could still play soccer and, do the crazy things I used to do when I was younger. But you still want to be active and be involved.
No,
And
it's
we have two daughters, and they both of them, are pretty heavily into sports. They play tennis, and they're very active.
No, it's good, right? You gotta stay active. And Dr. Farnoosh, you bring up an incredible point. Like when COVID happened, right? That was such an impactful part because we knew one of the high risk groups was just people that were overweight, because we understand what the respiratory disease can potentially do to someone that's overweight, and it makes it significantly worse for you. So it's really interesting how we all kind of knew, do be active, do good things, but then it kind of took a worldwide pandemic for a lot of people to be like, oh wow, I kind of need to
Definitely.
start doing things. And the unfortunate part, especially in the beginning of the pandemic, in any big city, pretty much, you were locked in your apartment. Like you couldn't go do anything. So there was, this, hey, you got to get healthier, but oh, by the way, don't go outside for a little bit. So it was a very weird dichotomy that we were going through kind of as a nation, really, in any of these big cities. You guys bring up tennis. So just like a personal note, my wife and I, we just kind of like, well, we need to do something during the pandemic. So we just picked up tennis. Now we're not good at it. We're pretty bad at it, but we found a tennis court. We got a couple balls and a few rackets, and we just hit a ball back and forth
Exactly.
for an hour. And it's a blast. I love it.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Beautiful, yeah. And health and wellness is the most precious thing that we have, and being active and outdoor. Now after COVID, I think we appreciate it much more than before COVID, and we look at it from a different perspective, and just being involved in any sports. It's just just makes us feel a lot better. Not only physically, also mentally. It just
Hmm.
balances you. It just you become overall better person. Just being active and exercising and taking care of your body, and also helps you with your mind too.
We're supposed to get out. Yeah, all this stuff is connected. Mind, body, and soul. All this stuff is connected. So
Exactly,
you got to make sure
exactly.
you're
Definitely.
working on each of those every single day. I think that's a very important part. So let's talk about the company a little bit. Bala Enzyme. First, where does the name come from? That's pretty interesting.
Bala comes from balance because we feel like our product is a great product, and you can balance yourself with our product. So you can balance with Bala,
I love it.
balance your life with Bala.
Balance your life. Everything in balance, right? Everything in moderation. Make sure you're
Definitely.
doing a little bit of everything. I think that part's very important. So, what
Definitely.
talk to me. Like what exactly is Bala Enzyme? What is the product? I know we have some, turmerics in there, a little bit of pineapple, maybe some papaya, but what exactly is the product? What does it do and how does it help
Sure.
people?
We both, been practicing for 20 years, and we both are dental surgeons. We've been practicing in Southern California for 20 years, having private practices. Before that, we both went to Boston University, and we did research on inflammation, and enzymes. And part of that, we brought that into our practice. So when we were practicing doing surgeries, we were giving the enzymes separately to our patients to get rid of swelling, bruising, and basically after surgery, sinus lift, implant, and things like that. We would give those enzymes to our patient to make sure that they recover better after the surgical procedure. And basically, all the patients will come back to us and report back to us that even though their swelling got better, they feel like, they got feeling overall, they felt much better. Like if they had arthritis, they felt much better on their knees. If they were playing any type of a sport, they felt like they recovered better. And we keep getting all these, feedback from the patient. And then, we just talk with each other, and we decided that we should, provide and, make something helping patients to recover, even not only for our small practice for oral surgery, to just have like a product that help everybody outside of that small, issues that we have in our office. So we basically hired, a biochemist. We put a great formula together, and having a very potent formula, we had a great taste. We added a great taste, and meanwhile, we were like doing all those. I actually had an accident, and I suffered very badly from that accident that made me retire much earlier in life from dentistry. So I basically fell, broke my shoulder and my hip. I was in a hospital for quite a while, and I was diagnosed with early onset of osteoporosis, and I'm very sensitive to drug, pharmaceutical drug. I get internal bleeding if I take anti-inflammatory, and I cannot tolerate pharmaceutical drug. So I basically became the first patient or person who take a product day and night, and it really helps me with anti-inflammation that I have all over my body after the surgery. And with getting treatment for osteoporosis, I get a lot of joint pain, all the side effect of that, and muscle aches. And if it wasn't because of Bala, basically I couldn't get out of the bed every morning, and I've been from head to toe in having a lot of pain. So that was a big motivation for us to be very dedicated to this project and bring it out. So everyone out there that they're looking for something that is, alternative to pharmaceutical and is all plant-based, if they're looking for something like that for, active adults that we are aging, and we're looking for alternative to be able to do our daily activity, not necessarily heavily sport, but our daily activity is something that everybody can take it. So that was our motivation to just bring that product to market and have a lot of people have their life changed by our product.
Well, first, sorry,
Arash can later on talk to you regarding the, different ingredients in there.
Yeah. We can get into that aspect in a little bit. First, I want to say, sorry to hear about the fall, but isn't that weird, right? You start working on this product, an unfortunate event does happen.
Yes.
But then you're able to, become better because of something you started to do in the past. That's just the universe works in very weird ways. Let's just say that. That's something I do subscribe to. So it's interesting how that kind of happened. And obviously it's very unfortunate, but at the same time, it's a great, case study, right? Like you're able to do everything you do. And I completely agree with you. Even at a young age, I never understood, like, why is my dad taking Tylenol every single day? I feel like you shouldn't have to do that, right? Like, just like the commercials, it's like, oh, do you want to go do yard work? Like, here, take a leave. It's like, what? Like, there's nothing else I can do but take a leave to do yard work. So that even from a young age, that was always very interesting to me. And it's awesome that you guys have come up with a product that allows people to just, as you said, do your daily living without having any pain or anything else. And now I'm sure there's other things that you attach to that, right? There's stretching, there's activity, there's a lot of things, right? It's not just one thing, but this is something that can help get to where you need to go. Now, Dr. Arash, I apologize again. I'm gonna butcher everybody's name. Doc, how does the formula work? How does it come together? How are you, what's really going on that allows this plant-based, opportunity that you can kind of cut out a lot of these, as Dr. Farnoush said, you can cut out a lot of these, pharmaceutical aspect of it.
Sure. Mother Nature by itself is the best doctor, provides best medicine. Everything that, even pharmaceutical companies get everything in pharmaceutical from the Mother Nature. They don't want to reveal it. It's secret. But a lot of stuff we use on a daily basis, it comes from, ocean or trees or soil or, like aspirin comes from a bark of a tree, a skin of a tree, and we have a lot of other antibiotics that are coming from other source of fungi and stuff. So Mother Nature is best source. You just have to go and find it. We were doing an enzyme at Boston University, and we were working on a stem of a pineapple that is concentrated, full of an enzyme called bromelain. And a lot of people, when they cut the pineapple, they throw the stem and core away. But that stem is full of concentrated with that potent enzyme bromelain, which provides a lot of anti-inflammation and helps you recover from any oral surgery, swelling, bruising, inflammation that you suffer after extraction. And back then at Boston University, we were prescribing a lot of drug called Vioxx. We were just giving it to our patient after dental procedure. And the drug company used to come to our clinic and just hand it to us and just give it to us for free to give it to our patient for inflammation after the surgery. And we were just handing these drugs like a candy to our patient. And after a while, we realized that these patients are having high blood pressure and getting heart attack. And the drug company who was manufacturing this drug immediately, FDA came after them, and the drug was banned and it was recalled. So we started realizing that we need to look for an alternative, natural way for patients to recover and not rely on pharmaceutical full of chemical that can have severe consequences and side effects. So plant-based enzymes was a great alternative, and they have no side effects and coming from fruit and plants. Bromelain was the one that we were doing research on. Once I graduated, I started doing research on papain, which is an enzyme coming from the fruit papaya. Papaya is a fruit that they use in South America, Asia, and they use it for malaria, pain control, and they use it for gut health. And some people put it on the skin to glow their skin. It's really helpful for your skin also to look better. So putting these two enzymes together, we were just working on patients, giving it after surgery for them to recover. My wife was always taking turmeric. We were always familiar with the turmeric because we grew up with turmeric in our house, and always doing the food and cooking, and we were always familiar with it. Every time we had pain, Mom used to put more turmeric in the food for you to make it feel better. So it was just a medicine of grandma and moms always used to help you get the anti-inflammation the easiest way. So, and we realized that these patients are reporting back to us that these enzymes are really changing their lives. They feel a lot better, and putting these enzymes together, along with some amino acids, that this is the mechanism and technology that we discovered, that amino acids can help you absorb these enzymes a lot faster, more efficient through your small intestine. And rather than relying on sugar, or in case of turmeric, a lot of products rely on black pepper for you to absorb these enzymes or ingredients. You can use amino acid, which is really more efficient and more potent. And this technology has been around for a while, but we introduced it to Bala formulation, which is because it makes you absorb it through your small intestine, goes immediately to your blood, and it's just superior. There's nothing like it, and that's what makes Bala different, because this technology that we discovered, amino acid transport pump, along with electrolyte that it has, because you need electrolyte to function every day. Even your brain needs electrolytes. As you exercise, you burn, you sweat, and you lose electrolytes, and you need to replenish it. And unfortunately, the more water you drink, it doesn't provide the electrolytes you need. So hydration is, electrolyte is very important for you to function, to think, to move, for the muscle. But a lot of hydration companies have tried to convince us that you need sugar for the electrolytes to be absorbed. Sugar that can act like facilitate absorption, but sugar has no health benefit and has a lot of side effects. It can shock your body. You get the spike of an insulin, and you can get crash afterwards. So it's really not really healthy to take sugar in the long run, especially when you run for or exercise. You don't want to come home and take 12, 15 grams of sugar with having something that will hydrate you, but all at the same time is damaging. And so we eliminated sugar. We were able to eliminate the sugar completely and replace it with amino acid, which is really unique and superior. And these enzymes in combination together with electrolytes and enzymes, it's just something unique and really disruptive. There's nothing like it currently on the market. and people taking it you just need to take it for a few days and you feel the difference. You feel more vitality, because by decreasing the inflammation, you also have more energy and you feel more, more alive. And then just overall, you feel a lot better. Just have to give it, try, just use it for a few days, and it takes 2-3 days for you to build it in your system. And it's just a life changer, as my wife said.
Yes, it literally changed her life, which I think is the important part. It's not a euphemism. We're literally changing people's lives, which I think is incredible. And right, this is a whole there's the snowball rolling down the hill effect. If you start taking this product, you start to feel better. You start to do more things. You start to feel better in other aspects of your life. As we said, if you don't feel well enough to get out of bed and go for a run, you're probably not going to go for a run. But if you do, you go for that run, and then it's going to help you again. We were saying mind, body, and soul, everything is connected. So if you're able to go do something like that, this is not just the first step of being able to feel better. It's the first step in being able to live an overall healthier lifestyle. You're getting all these things that you should be having anyway. I just think it's awesome how you were able to put these things together and then figure out the amino acid aspect of it. We don't have to tell everybody, but how were you? Why was this something that you even wanted to try testing? Like, what was the aspect of like, hey, like, why don't we try this? And it ended up working, or was it a little bit of a trial and error there?
I was always doing, involved in reading articles and literature and working with the two biochemists that we put this formulation together. It took us 2 years of going over batches and batches of samples and trying to have the potency and efficacy, and at the same time have a good taste, because no matter how scientific and the product is, if it doesn't taste good, if it's not delicious, people will not want to try it, because it just doesn't taste right. Especially when you're going after athletes and sport nutrition, it needs to be refreshing and it needs to taste good. So it took us 2 years, and we were just playing after with different science, and try to go with different enzymes and ingredients. Eventually we will nail it down, and that's why we have a patent on the formulation. It's really something that is really special. And as you said, the human body, if you don't be active, and if you don't exercise, you don't lubricate the joints, and it's actually the reverse effect. If you have pain and if you don't exercise, it's going to get worse, because the joints and the heart needs to pump blood, and it needs to go through your system in order for all the nutrition to get in your body. And the less you're active, the more aches and pain you're going to have, because this body is designed to move and it's get lubricated, because it's like a machine. If you don't use the machine, the engine is going to die. So unfortunately, people have aches and pain. They're not active, but if you have something natural that will help them get over the aches and pain and be active and get back to their life, it would be a big significant change in their life. And they were trying to provide that alternative natural way for them to recover from the small aches and pain they have, without relying on the sugar and other pharmaceutical side effects that drugs have.
But going back to your question, our patients were the motivation for us to formulate Bala. And then after I kind of fed and I started to drink in it, then, because I felt so much better, then that was, basically forces us to just keep pushing it. And then we get a lot of great, testimonial and, messages from all over, US, that when they buy it, because we sell it online and on Shopify and our website, people like thanking us for coming up with Bala, and people like hairdresser that they're on their feet all day long, blue workers, construction workers. We get a lot of great reviews that, that is just so rewarding for us to just keep pushing for it,
Yeah, I mean, listen, Michael, building a company, launching a brand is not easy. It's very daunting. It's not for faint-hearted. It takes a lot of resources and it takes a lot of time and capital from your life. And it's just, we were just very passionate about this, because after we put the formulation together, we were just hesitating to launch it, because we had, successful practices and busy with our life and, family. And then when she fell, and this product was a life changer for her, we decided that we don't want to take this formulation to our grave. We really want to get it out there, get it into people's hands. It's not just building a company and business. That's just not it. Just we want to get this formulation out there. Just we don't want to die and sit on the bed in a rehab or a hospital and regret that we never launched this formulation, because it was so unique and we worked so hard to put it together. So our patient and her fall was just a motivation, and then we worked on the science for a long time. 20 years of clinical research we have in our practice. We had patients that we monitored for a long time. We have a significant data that, it's just we monitor the patient through their aches and pain and inflammation and gingivitis, which is the gum inflammation that significantly reduced after taking these enzymes. So we were really excited, and then we hired people who help us, brand it, launch it, and it takes a lot of teamwork. It's not something that one person can do. And again, you need to have capital and you need to have team execution. It's a lot of work.
So an important thing to mention, Bala is sugar free, which is great, because a lot of other, like, we're not only hydration, we are anti-inflammation plus hydration. But a lot of other hydration, they have a lot of sugar just for absorption. And since we do not use the sugar and we use amino acid pump in our, formula, so we are sugar free. So a lot of diabetic can, enjoy the benefit of our Bala, for anti-inflammation and getting hydration, helping their joint. And, with our formula, you can actually, it helps you with your gut health. So we do have a lot of benefit only in one stick pack if you want to show people. So this is Bala stick pack. You just have to basically cut it and put it in 16 ounce of water and then enjoy it. So it's very easy, versatile to take it with you, put it in your purse, and
yeah, it's very versatile. You go hiking, skiing, running. Everybody has a bottle of water. Everybody carries a bottle of water. Less plastic, less bottle, and we don't need more bottle in our environment.
Yes.
Less contamination, less carbon footprint on our environment. And it just most people are active, always looking to recover. Most athletes are always looking to recover, looking for the best thing to help them recover, so they can go back exercising or hit the gym faster. And a lot of people, the CBD is very popular now, but a lot of people don't like narcotics, they don't like CBD, or don't like taking, something that they think that might have a side effect. And so, there's not much natural alternative way to recover rather than, yeah, sorry. So that's what, we're looking at. I apologize, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
So this is basically how Bala looks like when you put it in there, because of the turmeric, they have great orange color, and it's very tasty, and it's really tasty. We have 3 SKUs. We have pineapple, which is our best seller, which it looks like that, and then we have lime and berry.
Fantastic. Yeah, get a couple different flavors in there. Try it. Maybe even, can we mix the flavors together a little bit?
Yes, we have
delicious.
something, few in the pipeline that are really exciting, and the people will love it.
And you can mix this with like carbonated water, if you like carbonation. Yep. I do sometimes because I love carbonation. Or you can mix it with other things, coconut water. You can make
pina colada. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Shake out of it. Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of things. Sometimes I mix it with champagne and I make my own mimosa.
There you go. I love that.
You can always do that.
And Michael, we don't want to go that route, but people who party or drink and they get dehydrated and they need electrolytes to replenish. And a lot of people actually do take the Bala after partying a night, or they just need to get replenished the electrolytes. So we don't advertise it, but it's helpful. Yeah.
We all like to go out and we all like to have a good time a good time every once in a while. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't feel so hot the next day, sounds like your product will be able to help people, because that's true, right? Your brain, a hangover, that's all it is dehydration. Like that's literally all it is.
And then alcohol turns into sugar in your body. And, that's why you wake up in the middle of night when you have a party. Sometimes you wake up 2, 3 a.m. because alcohol just kicks in as a sugar and it wakes you up. It's just interesting phenomenon. But electrolytes and Bala anti-inflammation will help you recover from any hangover that you have.
And now I know why I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning if I had a couple of drinks. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, I will keep that. How do I then counteract that? I have some of your drink?
Yes, you can drink that, right, and it'll help you to recover. And again, you just want to, you have to be moderation in everything. You don't want to drink too much, and then
everything in moderation.
There's because alcohol in an extreme can become toxic and can damage the kidney and liver. Yeah.
So from time to time, I'll make a mimosa with the pineapple one. I like that. And so I'm curious, like what this, and again, I want to go back to a point you made before, not going to your grave with this formula. I think that's such an impactful way to think about this, right? You found something that can help people. You, unfortunately, Dr. Farnoush, went through an awful accident, and you were then able to use your product. I can't stress that enough. That story is it's obviously terrible, right? I don't want anyone to get hurt, but like, let's be honest, guys, that is an incredible story for your product. I think it's amazing. And obviously it's helped you significantly and you're helping your patients, as you said, and that's your number one, and not taking it to your grave. I think that is such a great way to put it, that, hey, let's put this out in the world because there's so many people that you can help. Like, what's the vision moving forward, right? Of course, you want to be in everybody's house and you want to help as many people as you can, but what is your succinct vision moving forward to say, this is what we want our product and our company to be known as, because this is what how we think we can change the world?
Sure. We are a plant-based company in the core. We're just going to be continue being a plant-based company and focus on enzymes, being plant-based enzymes coming from fruits and other plants. And we want to tackle a lot of human disorders and issues that we all suffer with gut health, immunity, and energy, lack of energy, focus, brain health. And a lot of products out there right now are loaded either with sugar or caffeine, or they have artificial ingredients that are not really helpful. Like when it comes to energy drinks, a lot of them have loaded with caffeine and sugar. It gives you, momentarily gives you energy, but you get a crash afterward, and there's a lot of side effects. So if you can come up with something that is coming from, fruits and vegan, plant-based, and provide that energy, and coming from enzymes, and it's really unique, and it will provide a solution. Exactly. So that's why the company in the future, the pipeline is going to be coming with the products that are going to be around, the issues that we all suffer from, and just using plant-based enzyme. And we already have some formulation that are completed, and we're just waiting to, to launch them in the future.
That is awesome. I love it. I love it, guys. This is fantastic. I will say I have started to just throw a little turmeric in pretty much everything I make now. I wanted to make a chicken tikka
Fantastic.
masala like a couple weeks ago, and I bought like a whole thing of turmeric, and you only need like, I don't know, like a tablespoon. So now I have all this turmeric, and I asked my friend, I was like, what do I do with this? She's like, just put like a dash in everything. It's fine. I was like, oh.
But let me tell you something. Turmeric, it does have an nasty taste. It
Some
does.
people are
So
okay with it.
in the
I like
food
it.
is okay. In the food is okay. But if you want to like add
Shot
it
to
to
shot.
like shot, or add it to something to drink it, it is pretty nasty. But you should try ours because we kind of mask the flavor really good, and is amazing flavor.
I love it.
Yeah, and the turmeric by itself, and Michael, the problem is turmeric is a spice that's magical. It's been used for thousands of years, and it's amazing. And it's just in the U.S., it's just for the last 10, 15 years, it's just picking up, and it's on the categories on the fire. But the problem with turmeric is it doesn't get absorbed really well because for some reason our body cannot absorb it. So either you have to use black pepper, or in our case, we're using amino acid for that absorption to happen, so you can absorb it through your bloodstream. Because if you just directly take turmeric, sometimes you don't get the 100% absorption. You get some benefit, but the absorption is just not very efficient. So I just want to bring that up, that you need something to facilitate the absorption.
I put a lot of black pepper in everything, so I think
That's helpful.
I'm good. I'm good on that front. I
No,
think
that's helpful. Black pepper helps. It helps with that. But turmeric is amazing, and more people are using it, and it's very beneficial. And I'm happy to see more turmeric these days. But Bala is just not is more than turmeric. It has the base is turmeric, but it has other enzymes along with electrolytes that you need for hydration. Every time you exercise, you need to replenish your electrolytes.
And we are actually sugar-free.
Mm-hmm.
We are vegan. We have
zero
no
carb, keto friendly.
So keto friendly.
You guys are checking all the boxes, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And of course, we are patent pending, and we patented. So so it is very scientific. It is scientific brand,
and powder is very powder. Ready to drink. It's very popular, but the market. It's so many beverages. I think powder is a good way because you make everybody, as I said, has a bottle of water. It's you can carry it everywhere with you. You can have it in your bag. It's much easier than have big bottles. And when it comes to e-commerce and shipping this stuff all across the country, shipping bottles and beverages is so costly. So this is very efficient, to also for us to get it to people's hand.
Exactly. As you said, keep it in your purse, put it in your backpack, wherever you're going, just put it in. It's easy to find a bottle of water somewhere. I'm not a big fan of sugar, everybody loves sugar, let's be honest, but I try not to eat it. I pay attention to my sugar intake because I know it's not that great for you. I only drink 3 things: coffee, water, and beer. That's
Smart.
it. So I can easily put it in my water, and that would not be a problem at all. So I think
sugar is like a drug, Michael, and you crave for it because it's like it brings addiction. Yep. And if you don't take it, it has a withdrawal issue, and you just go crazy. And if sugar was discovered in our time, FDA will not approve it because there's so much side effects. But it was discovered a long time ago, and a lot of people made a lot of money from it. But it just has a lot of side effects, and it's not healthy. But again, you crave for it all the time.
It's so good. I do my best though. I think I'm pretty good at it. I definitely don't have as much sugar as I used to now growing up and understanding not to do that. So guys, this has been absolutely fantastic. I think it's awesome, right? How turmeric, it's been used for thousands of years. And as you said, it's just kind of came back the last 15 years here in the United States. So it's been
Exactly.
around. Why have we not been taking it? And you guys are doing a great thing with turmeric, obviously, and all these other chemicals, I apologize, all these other enzymes that are coming from fruits, right? It's that easy. Like what
Yeah,
do we
exactly.
something just go out, all these things come together perfectly. Just keep doing what we've been doing for thousands of years. Why are we trying to change the wheel?
I have to say that I hate to say that, but the beverage business in our country, in US, is controlled by only a handful of companies.
Yep.
And that's why the shelf, when you go to supermarket, the shelf, they look the same as 50 years ago, because they don't want anybody to compete with them. Just Coke and Pepsi and, a few other Dr. Pepper control the entire distribution, and they have all the trucks. Everything looks the same as 1950s. And as soon as you bring a brand or something, compete with them, either they buy you out or they euthanize you or they put you away, because they want everything the same. They love to sell sugary water. The sugary water, that's how they make the money, and people love it, as you said. That's how they grow.
That's how they grow, but hopefully you guys have something to say about that. So this has been absolutely fantastic. Dr. Arash, Dr. Farnoush, the co-founders of Bala Enzyme. What's the website? Where can we follow you on the internet? Give me all that information too.
We are actually on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and our website is balaenzyme.com.
Easy enough.
And we sell on Amazon as well.
Nice.
So,
I have Amazon gift cards, so that's so much easier. I know you guys don't get as much of a cut, so I'll buy it directly from your site.
Thank you.
It's easy if you're on Amazon. A lot more people will see it, which I think is fantastic. So, guys, this has been amazing. Sincerely to the both of you, thank you so much. Thank you again to Marlon for putting us together. He is incredible. Thank you for your time, you and everyone listening. It's the only thing we don't get more of, so I appreciate you guys giving me a couple minutes of yours today.
We just have to give you good news that we are going to be end of summer on Sprouts and Bristol Farm.
Yeah, mostly in the West Coast. Michael is in the East Coast, but we're going to be in 22 states on the West Coast side. Yeah,
that is incredible. Well, congratulations. It's well deserved. You guys are doing everything you need to do. As you said, it's a team. There's a lot of people behind you doing this, so shout out to everyone there too. But sincerely, thank you guys so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a great day.
Of course.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.